Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, and hang on one second. We are about to see Derek Shelton come out of the dugout here. Let's see if he gets booed. Here he is. Let's see how this goes. They booed Colin Holderman. Paul Steen's got a big cheer. Let's see what Shelty gets. Oh my goodness, they're booing the hell out of him. Wow. Booing the hell out of him. Hey, welcome back. What up, man? They are booing the hell out of Derek Shelton. Okay, Reynolds gets a big pop. Brian Hayes got a nice one. Let's see what O'Neal Cruz gets. A little bit of a mix there for O'Neal. Okay, Joey Bart, modest one there. Let's see what Kutch gets. Yep, typical big pop for Kutch. Welcome back, everyone. Here reacting to another Pittsburgh Pirate game here today. The home opener between the Pittsburgh Pirates and, of course, some boots for Tommy Pham. And, of course, you got the high and mighty New York Yankees as well. Game is blackout for me. Glad you're streaming. Glad to have you back here today. I wish I could have the volume up for you. I've unfortunately in the past have gotten nipped in the ass because I had the volume up probably a tiny bit too high for an NFL game. So not really going to test that again with Major League Baseball. But yeah, the Pirates, there's Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the last bucko in the lineup here today to get introduced. So opening day rosters were just announced to the crowd for both the Yankees and the Pirates. There's a nice big pop for Mitch Keller. Great to see him get a nice pop. Has been the opening day starter for the past couple of years. Obviously yielded that to Paul Skeens this year, but glad that he is out there on the bump today against this Yankees lineup and in the home opener getting some recognition. So yeah, going over the lineup there as they went down the line, some mixed reactions depending on the player. Colin Holderman, Derek Shelton, Tommy Pham, those are the guys that have gotten booed more than they were cheered. You got some big pops for Paul Skeens. He was the biggest one. Jared Jones got one as well. So interested to see how things go for them from this point on. Great to have you all here today. Don't blame you, man. Don't get banned. Absolutely. Thank God Bednar got sent down for an outfielder, right? Yeah, Bednar, I mean, could you imagine if he was out there today and on that third base chalk line? I didn't get to see Alexander Canario there. I think I saw Canario there. I think, what number is he wearing? I don't know. Yeah, get to see new bucko Alexander Canario today. Said last night I was going to bring this on. I actually, going back to the Topps Chrome update series, looking for that Paul Skeens card. I actually got a Canario auto right there. So great to have at least one autograph piece of bucko memorabilia right there. But yep. Yikes, Bednar and Bob would have gotten booed the same if they walked out. I mean, they showed an interview of Nutting pregame when nobody was in the stands yet. He wasn't out there on the field to get introduced. But yeah, things are not going well right now for Bob Nutting. The team 2-5 coming home here. Fans are expecting more. We saw a banner fly over pregame. All shout out to all of the Sell the Team Bob movement leaders. They were able to get that plane flown banner in the air this morning and have it fly over the stadium pregame. A pretty simple message: sell the team, Bob. Our team, not his. So great to see that. It's about damn time we put some pressure on Bob Nutting. There's a shot of Aaron Judge and Andrew McCutchen right there. Going to get into the lineups for today's ball game. Right now, we're going to start with the Yankees. Ben Rice DHing and leading off. He's a lefty hitter, followed by Aaron Judge in the number 2 hole. They moved him up from the number 3 hole that he had last year, now with Juan Soto gone. Jazz Chisholm, he'll bat in the 3 hole today, playing second base. Very familiar name right there. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt, former longtime St. Louis Cardinal, now with the Yankees, filling in for Anthony Rizzo. He'll be at first, batting fourth. Austin Wells, pretty good and underrated catcher, batting fifth there. Let me actually add that in here. Where's Austin Wells? There we go. Forgot to add the C in there for his position. In the 6th hole, another underrated player who's, maybe starting to grow into his own, Anthony Volpe at shortstop. Trent Grisham takes over in center field, batting 7th, 8th, and 9th. 2 youngsters in Jason Dominguez in left and Oswaldo Cabrera at third base, batting 9th. Max Fried, the longtime Atlanta Brave who signed a big 7-year contract, I believe it was, with the Yankees this offseason. The tough lefty going to be facing an all-righty, for the most part, Pirates lineup here today. He's going to get the bump here for the Yankees here in the bottom of the first inning. Moving on to the Bucs starting lineup. Bit of some shuffling here. Brian Hayes, third baseman, leading off today. He's had some leadoff experience before, so looking for him to maybe show some improvement with the bat immediately to this home crowd. Second and DHing, Brian Reynolds. I believe it is a tricep injury that is hampering him and restricting him from throwing at the time being, but it is not something serious enough to put him on the shelf. He's going to be DHing for a while now. Switch hitter, batting second and DHing. In the 3 hole, like normal, center fielder O'Neal Cruz. Same with Joey Bart in the 4 hole. And with Brian Reynolds DHing for probably the next couple of weeks. Get used to seeing that, ladies and gentlemen. 2013 all over again, right? The Bucs have a 2-5 start to the season, and Andrew McCutchen is back in the outfield. There goes God Bless America for Black Hawk helicopters doing a flyover PNC Park. So the Sell the Team banner, not the only flyover happening at the ballpark here today. But yes, Andrew McCutchen in right field today. Great to see him back out there in the outfield. Let's see how his body holds up. Batting 6th, moving down the lineup more and more by the day, left fielder Tommy Pham. And then your 7, 8, 9 hitters, pretty much what we've seen over the past couple of games. Endy Rodriguez still playing at first base, Jared Triolo at second base, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa rounds it out at shortstop. On the bump, of course, the birthday boy, Mitch Keller. So happy birthday to you, Mitch. Have a good day out there. Mow these Yankees down. And how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry, I had to snap my attention. We have a ceremonial first pitch. Mark Fogel. Welcome back to the U.S. of A. Pittsburgh native Mark Fogel, who, of course, was detained over in Russia for a while. And President Donald Trump and the United States got him home. Pittsburgh native on the rubber. He's not, making this a shorty at all. And he got it there. Paul Skeens catching that ceremonial first pitch, welcoming home a Pittsburgher. And let's go. We are just about ready to get underway. Mark Fogel, the first pitch, but yes, Mitch Keller on his birthday gets the start here. The Bucs pretty much putting out there as close to their A lineup as they can, given the current circumstances with Spencer Horwitz still on the shelf and You got a lefty in there today, so no Jack Sawinski. Andrew McCutcheon's going to be in the outfield today to get his bat back in the lineup. Did you see the clip where Brownie criticized O'Neill and a lot of people were very upset about it? I did, though. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself on that. I don't know enough about the situation. All I know is that people say certain things about Greg Brown, saying he's harder on O'Neill Cruz compared to other players. And the only thing I'll say about that is that I'm sure if Greg Brown wanted to criticize other people, he would. I think it's just because O'Neill Cruz, we are expecting so much from him as our top player that you may, hear Brown expect more from him. It, sort of the same thing happens when, like, say a fourth liner makes a mistake compared to Evgeny Malkin, you're going to be harder on Malkin just because you expect more from him. So, so game about to start here in a moment. Commercial break going on here. Let's take a quick stroll through Twitter, see what all is going on here today. Again, Bob Nutting did speak before today's game, saying that he understands the fans' frustrations and that, it is all about winning. Don't really believe him there. Got a nice video here on some Steelers news. We're going to get into news throughout the day related to the other two Pittsburgh sports teams, the Penguins falling in overtime last night. Really an all-around good game for the Pens, even with them losing. Also, we got some Steelers news here today. Fair enough, brother. Just curious. I agree with you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I said I don't know much about that situation, but just sit down and enjoy some baseball here today. And here we go. Looks like we're getting a pregame package here for the Bucks. Looks like we are about to get going here. A little pregame video. Winter is officially gone, even though it's pretty cold back here in Western PA today. Fairly chilly. For those of you who are new here, if you haven't already, please like and share this. Or please like and share this stream, comment in the live chat just like A here, and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live. 3 minutes away from opening pitch. 4-1-2 first pitch to honor the area code of Pittsburgh here on the home opener, PNC Park, looking as beautiful as ever. And actually, if you have time, I believe it's KDKA who posted it on YouTube last night, just a history of this beautiful ballpark being built and just going over just how much was put into it. And all of it just reminds you of how far the Bucks have fallen and why, we are so frustrated with the disappointment. We are one of the premier organizations in Major League Baseball history. It's just time. It's time to put a winner on the field. Yankees will be wearing all gray uniforms. The Pirates, as accustomed with their opening days for the past couple of years now, white pants and the black jerseys with the Pirate P. Or no, that is the Pittsburgh across the front of it. So players mingling in the dugout. O'Neill Cruz, all smiles. Looking to see him having a good day here today after a rock hit and miss start to the year for O'Neal Cruz. Pittsburgh boys, speaking of Pittsburgh boys, Neil Walker. Great to see him have such a almost flawless transition, in my opinion, from the field to the booth. Endy Rodriguez and O'Neal Cruz having some fun with the camera in the dugout. Endy Rodriguez, you gotta love him, man. He's just such a glue guy in that locker room. All smiles. Like, you know how the Pirates kind of needed an a-hole? You got that in Tommy Pham. You also need those guys that are just, rain or shine, good or bad, is always infectious with his smile, and that's Endy Rodriguez. Thank goodness he's back with, a full bill of health and a clean slate this year. And here he comes. Start playing for the thrill of it by Wiz Khalifa. Mitch Keller takes the mound on his birthday. Happy birthday, Mitch. Give yourself a nice B-Day present. Get the Bucks a W here today. And some pregame fireworks here. Huh. Haven't really seen that before. The Bucks firing off some home run fireworks before we get going. Let me get the banners up here. There is the score ticker right there. Going to try to keep up with this as much as possible here today. Again, looking at the New York Yankees lineup right now, their lowest hitter right now is Anthony Volpe is Waddle Cabrera at 200. So their hitters off to a good start. Of course, the Yankees using those torpedo bats for the most part that have really taken the MLB by storm for, controversial reasons. Those thicker bats with more wood in the sweet spot. They've been hitting the ball over the yard like crazy. Andrew McCutchen giving some bows out there in right field. Be interesting to see how Kutch gets tested, if he gets tested early out there in right field. I'll tell you what, though, I feel a lot more better with Kutch being out there. And, say what you want about O'Neal Cruz, but I'd much rather have a speedy guy out there like him to maybe call off Kutch, because Kutch, I don't think he's the most fleet of foot player that he once was. I don't know if that's a good sign. Let's hold off the fireworks. Yeah, well, I think that's the first time they've ever done that. So I've never seen them put off fireworks before the game started. Quick show off, sell the team Bob shirt, and we are about to get underway. Ben Rice, the designated hitter, lefty batter. Keller winds and delivers first pitch of the day just outside for ball one. Rice wearing number 22. That number did not go unworn for long, with Juan Soto departing for the Yankees' little brother in the New York Mets. Another pitch misses 2-0 for Mitch Keller. A new score bug up there in the corner for Sportsnet Pittsburgh this year. It's got a little bit of color to it. A little bit of a different look. Not really sure how to explain it, but I think it's much better than what was there last year. Keller gets a strike over. Now he's getting ready to deliver the 2-1 here. And Ben Rice, base hit into center field. The Bucks were shifting a little bit there towards the if you're standing at home plate, the right side of the infield, and Rice got that ball up and just over the heads of the infielders, but short enough to get to O'Neal Cruz. And now here comes Judge. Aaron Judge. Already done some damage with the bat this year with a runner on base. Keller, his first pitch, 94, well inside, ball one. Keller seeming to have a bit of run on his fastballs here to begin this game. Going to need stellar pitching with Keller, which is perfect fielding. That's the part that worries me. We have a lot of errors, but come on, boys, let's go. Yeah, let's see how it goes here today. 2-0 now. Keller again behind. Looking at, sort of a back shot of Judge there. Crowd seems decently filling to PNC Park. Gotta wonder what ratio of that is Yankees fans. They always travel in well to Pittsburgh. Strike there right on the black outside half of the zone by Keller. 2 balls in, a strike here. Judge hitting .417 to begin this season. Keller, 89 mile an hour. A little bit of an off-speed pitch that misses down and away, 3-1. So now in danger of walking Judge and putting 2 on with nobody out. 6 of you in here right now. Welcome. I appreciate all of you for joining me here today. And ball on the inside corner just missed. So Mitch Keller already puts 2 runners on. A base hit for Ben Rice and a walk here on a 3-1 count to Aaron Judge. For those of you just joining, if you haven't done so already, please like and share this stream. Comment in the live chat like A here always does. Appreciate you. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I am live like this. Backdoor breaking ball there at 82 miles an hour, still well outside the zone. Jazz Chisholm, the second baseman, now up, hitting .292 with a OPS well over 1,000 to begin this year. 94, bottom of the zone. Chisholm fouls it off down the first base line. Of course, we all remember the drama during the trade deadline last year where Pirates fans were begging and pleading general manager Ben Cherington to do something, go out and get an impact bat. Jazz Chisholm was at the top of their list, but got outbid by the Yankees. And of course, the Bucks ended up settling with a very, very disappointing Brian De La Cruz, who is obviously no longer with the team now. 2-1 here to Chisholm, third straight batter to begin this ball game. Keller has been down in the count, 2-1. Great pitch right there, 89, breaking down and out of the zone, gets the swing and miss from Chisholm. Keller now comes set, looks at the runner at second. Need a ground ball or a strikeout here. And he got Chisholm. Is that on the call or is that on the swing? Keller went back to the well on that 89 mile an hour breaking pitch at the bottom of the zone. It was out of the zone. He did not swing. That might be on the call. Let's see here. That is an absolute break for the Pittsburgh Pirates. My goodness. A ball that was probably a good 6 inches, if not more, below the strike zone. Chisholm did not swing, and I think it was the umpire's call. It wasn't him calling the check swing. That was a legit strike call there. Chisholm goes down on strikes, and now the former Cardinal, Paul Goldschmidt, up to bat now. Keller throws a strike in there. 1-1 now. Goldschmidt been to this ballpark quite a bit in his career, especially within the past handful of years as a Cardinal. Got picked up by the Yankees to replace Anthony Rizzo this offseason. 82 mile an hour breaking ball there. Ended up in the middle of the zone, but Goldschmidt just fought it off and knocked it back out of play. 1-2 now. Really the first time this inning that Keller is up in the count now. Can he finish off Goldschmidt? 94 miles an hour and another break for the Bucks. Keller shooting the outside corner. It was outside the zone again. And he got the ring up there for Goldschmidt. So a very large strike zone for this home plate umpire. And my goodness, thank goodness the ABS system is not in the majors yet. Also on that play, double steal by Ben Rice and Aaron Judge. They're now in scoring position at second and third. Keller breaking ball there to the number 5 hitter and catcher, Austin Wells. Wells, 235. OPS just 3 points under 1,000. 97 miles an hour on the outside half of the strike zone there. Gets the swing and miss. Keller, one pitch away from getting out of this jam to begin this ball game. Keller comes set. Runners in scoring position, 98 miles an hour at the bottom corner of the strike zone. Fouled off and out of play by Wells. That ball making its way up to a suite where 3 little kids get that ball. Keller comes set again, the 0-2, trying to finish this at bat. And 81 miles an hour. Did he go? No. Third base umpire said he held his swing. Wells was thinking about it. Great pitch sequencing there by Keller and Bart. That's the same pitch that Wells swung and missed on to begin this at bat, and that was very, very close. Keller, again, 97. This one is put in the air down the left field line. Tommy Pham is under, and he makes the catch. So Mitch Keller, bravo, sir. Tight roping out of danger there. Gives up the leadoff knock to Ben Rice. Then walks Aaron Judge. Gets some help from the umpire with back-to-back strikeouts of Paul Goldschmidt and Jazz Chisholm. And gets a fly out there from Austin Wells. The Bucks about to get their first at-bats at home this season. Finally back from Florida. We'll be back here in a minute. Okay, and we are back. Ke'Bryan Hayes finally back healthy, looking to get things kicked off at home here for the Bucks. Max Fried on the bump today for the New York Yankees. His first pitch to Ke'Bryan Hayes in there, 93, middle, taken for strike one. Let's go to the comments here real quick. Let me go back. A here. It burns me that we didn't try to get Jazz. I like IKF, but Jazz is a dog, and I love his one-piece gear. Yeah, I mean, very disappointed that they didn't, be more aggressive for Jazz Chisholm. You could have piled together, you got the prospects, the pitching prospects, to go out and get a guy like that. I was, willing this time, I was willing last year around that time to part ways with Henry Davis, maybe even spice it up, throw in like Thomas Harrington. I know he's up with the team now, and I hope he does well, but you also got Bubba Chandler down there. So I would have given up more for Jazz Chisholm. You could have put him at second, moved Nick Gonzalez over to shortstop, let him be a natural shortstop, and then you're not needing to worry about IKF being your everyday guy. Ke'Bryan Hayes now in the count 1-2. Looked at strike one, got a ball, fouled off strike two. Fried, the windup and the pitch. Breaking ball 84 miles an hour, almost in the dirt. Key holds off. 2-2 now. Fried delivers again. 94 outside. So now the count runs full. Great job here by Ke'Bryan Hayes to fight back. Make this a at-bat here. This one, 94, hit the other way to right field. Judge back and is he good? Aaron Judge made the catch, also slammed into the Clemente wall. Looks like he's okay. Judge looked like that ball was tailing on him. He had to reach back like that, catch the ball about right here above his head, and then fell back into the wall. Ke'Bryan Hayes giving that ball a ride. But Judge makes the catch, says hello to the Clemente wall, and pops right back up. And now Brian Reynolds, the designated hitter, for probably the next little while until he recovers from his tricep injury, will come up to bat, batting right against the lefty Fried. And Reynolds knocks this one up the middle, but they were shifting him to the left, right to Jazz Chisholm on the first, out number 2. So the Bucks, Reynolds goes down there on the first pitch of the at-bat. And now O'Neal Cruz comes up. Not a favorable matchup here for him. Has struggled against the left-handed pitching. And Max Fried is one of the best in the league. Fried delivers. And O'Neal Cruz goes down and gets this one. 94 on the outside corner. Fishes that one into center field. But pretty easy there for Trent Grisham. So the Bucks go down quickly there. Ke'Bryan Hayes ran it to a full count. But on the next 3 pitches, all 3 of the Bucks batters go down on 2 fly balls and a ground out, I should say. Let's get into some other news for our professional Pittsburgh sports teams. Let's hit up with some Pittsburgh Penguins news real quick. Last night, Pens were in St. Louis. They lost in overtime 4-3 to the Blues, but honestly, it couldn't have been a much better game for the team. Sidney Crosby keeps going, had another primary assist. I believe his point streak is now up to 11 games, and I think that is, if I read the post from Sportsnet Pittsburgh correctly, or Penguins PR, one of the two, that is the longest point streak by an NHL player 37 years of age or older since old Detroit Red Wings defenseman, and we know him very well, Nick Lindstrom, back then. Also, you had the 2 kids, Rucker McGroarty and Ville Koivunen. Those 2 combined for 3 points, including Koivunen setting up McGroarty for the game-tying goal late in the third. And the Pens, they ultimately lost, keeping them in the race for a top 4 draft pick this offseason because, you know, right now, if you're looking at the league standings, you got the San Jose Sharks and the Chicago Blackhawks at the bottom. Little bit of a space by, actually a large bit of space by like 10 points. Then you got the Nashville Predators at, I believe, 62 points. And then right now in like a 2 to 3 point span, you got the Penguins and 5 other teams fighting for draft positioning this offseason. I was especially happy talking about last night's game to see Koivunen and McGroarty get valuable ice time on the power play and in overtime because, you know, even with making the playoffs being a long gone expectation for this season, these games still mean something to these kids, getting a little bit of NHL seasoning on them before I would assume they make the club full-time next year. Penguins' next game will be tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. against the Dallas Stars. Evgeny Malkin should probably be back. They sent down forward Emil Bemstrom today, and Malkin was a full participant in line rushes at practice back as the number 2 center. You'll probably get your first look at the top 6 next season. You got McGroarty, Crosby, and Rust. And then on the second line, you got Raquel winging with Koivunen to Evgeny Malkin. So should be exciting to see the Pens kids, how they gel with Evgeny Malkin tomorrow. Let me go back here to the score bug. Going to edit that real quick. Mitch Keller, a 1-2 pitch to Anthony Volpe. Volpe will ground that one to the second baseman, Jared Triolo, on the first. And there is one gone in the inning. Triolo at second base. Really a utilities man, winning the Gold Glove last year. McCutcheon showing him out there moving all around in right field. Now Trent Grisham, the center fielder. A rare no batting gloves hitter up at the plate right now. Kutch moving all around. Sure, he is loving some of the attention that the fans are giving him out there. Tarek Brock, the defensive positioning coach, I'm sure working with Kutch here today, trying to get him in all the right spots. Been a while since Kutch has been out there in the outfield. Mitch Keller getting a strike in there, bottom corner of the zone. Another fortuitous strike call for him. That one much closer than the 2 he got strikeouts on. Backdoor breaking ball 89 on the outside half of the plate, just missed. Grisham was bringing his bat around, looking like he might try to steal a base hit on a bunt there. 3-1 now is the count. Mitch Keller winds and delivers. Ball well outside, so another walk for Keller. Trent Grisham now on first base, and up to bat is Jason Dominguez. Of course, if you want to go over the Pirates' rumor history of them trading their best players, we remember about 2 years ago when Brian Reynolds was suspected to be on the trading block and the Yankees were heavy pursuers of his. The man up to bat now, Jason Dominguez, was being mentioned as one of the top prospects from the Yankees system to be coming back to Pittsburgh if that deal ever was finalized. Low 1 pitch from Keller after Dominguez fouled off the first pitch. Dominguez fouls off another. This one back behind home plate and out of play, wondering if that one reached the upper deck. Keller with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the second, already up to 34 pitches. Would be very, very beneficial to him if he could get Dominguez to roll one over here right at someone. Get that double play. Dominguez, another high fastball in the zone, fouled off back into the netting. Showing Aaron Boone, Yankees manager there in the dugout. The 0-2 again from Keller. Breaking ball down, almost in the dirt. Ball 1. Lots of people reacting to Derek Shelton getting booed on Twitter right now. Another ball outside the zone there for Keller. 2-2 now. Nothing like opening day there. Great shot there of the flyover on X. 2-2 again. Dominguez giving Keller some troubles here. This will be Keller's 39th pitch of the ball game. And a ball outside, so we go from an 0-2 count, now full. Keller struggling to put away some batters early in this ball game. Grisham takes his lead at first. Could he be on the move here? He does not. Jason Dominguez and gets this one over Andy Rodriguez and into the right field corner. Andrew McCutchen after it. Gets the ball in quickly. It's a double for Dominguez. Trent Grisham makes it to third. I don't even think that ball made it all the way to the wall. It just died in the corner down right field. McCutchen was shaded towards right center field, so he had to run a long ways to get to that baseball. And Grisham doesn't have the wheels to get around from first there all the way to home. Bucks bring the infield in now with one out and runners in scoring position as Waldo Cabrera, the number 9 hole hitter, up at the plate. Mute that. Keller, the 1-0. This one hit into right center field, and that's going to get down, and 2 runs are going to come across. And it is going to be a double after the bobble in center field by O'Neal Cruz for Oswaldo Cabrera. It is 2-0 Yankees. Kind of like the double for Jason Dominguez right before him. This one, just a blooper out into right center field. Not all that hard hit. And Cruz gave a strong throw into second base. Not in time. That is the first 2-bagger of the season for Cabrera. And now back to the top of the order here with Ben Rice. That one there swung on at the top of the zone. Strike 1 now. Single here will most likely give the Yankees another run. Ben Rice looking to repeat his first at-bat in which he singled it into center field. Keller maybe showing some frustrations out on the mound now. 44 pitches with only 1 out in the second. Joey Bart comes set. Pitches outside, 1-1 now. Mitch Keller definitely showing some frustration here. You got to wonder why there hasn't been a mound visit from Oscar Marine yet. Probably get one if he doesn't get Rice. Might get one regardless with Aaron Judge standing in the on-deck circle. 3-1, so at risk of walking Rice and bringing Judge up to bat with 2 on. Keller, 94. Swung on and fouled off, so now it is 3-2. There is Judge in the on-deck circle. Rice and Keller duel again. Looking at the runner at second, Keller delivers this 195, fouled off again down the first base line. So the Yankee hitters really making Keller work here. Keller going to have over 50 pitches by the time this inning is over. 3-2 again. And ball low. He checked his swing, and it's a walk. Things not getting any easier here. Keller, second walk of the inning. Very, very close check swing there by Ben Rice. And now a mound visit here, not from the pitching coach, Oscar Marine, but from catcher Joey Bart. Bart been pretty good with those this year, going out there, settling down the pitcher. But you got a guy that you do not want to throw something in the heart of the plate there with Aaron Judge. Ball game could already be over come this at bat, depending on how this works out. 94 in there at the bottom of the zone for strike one. Some heckling from the fans can be heard in the background. Not poke the bear, please. Judge, high heat there, swung on and missed. 96 from Keller. So now running the count to 0-2. Keller got to start finishing off batters here when he's up in the count. Here comes the 0-2, 95. Pulled that one down and out of the zone for ball one. "53rd pitch of the ball game already for Mitch Keller. Swung on and missed. Big bullet dodged there by Keller. Gets the strikeout of Judge. And now, with runners on second and third, Jazz Chisholm comes up to the plate with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I don't mean to take my attention away from the game here, but Bob Nutting decided to walk the left field rotunda up to his suite. Got one security guard with him. You think you would like more than that with the heat he has with the fans? Surely some heckling there. A 59-second long video. Gonna need to watch that here later on. Got a quote from Mark Fogel, the ceremonial first pitch thrower today. That ball fouled back and out of play. Keller now up 1-2 in the count to Jazz Chisholm. I was surprised and excited when Bob called with the invitation to throw today's first pitch. As a diehard Pirates fans, being on the field today is an amazing opportunity. I'm grateful to him and the whole Pirates community for a wonderful welcome home. Welcome home indeed, Mark Fogel. And now we got a time called here by Jazz Chisholm here. 1-2. Keller needing to stop the bleeding here. Already giving up 2 runs in this inning with runners on second and first. Here's the 1-2 with 2 outs from Keller. This one popped up by Chisholm. Third base line. Hayes handles it there, and the bleeding is stopped. So Keller gets past Judge and Chisholm without surrendering another run. Thank goodness. I'll be back in a minute with the Bucks coming back up. Okay, Bucks back up to bat here with the Yankees putting up a 2-spot in the top of the second. Joey Bart up to bat. That ball there, high and outside. 1-1 count now. Joey, Joseph, Barrels, Bart. Freed. That pitch inside for a ball. Bart now up 2-1. As much as I love the aggressiveness for the Bucks, they didn't give Freed much of a test there in that first inning, going down on one pitch for 2 of those at-bats. Joey Bart here lines one over the shortstop, Anthony Volpe, and into left field. That is a base hit for Mr. Barrels. And now Andrew McCutchen comes up to bat. And there's the big pop from the crowd. McCutchen's family there up in the suite. Can he tie this ball game with the first Bucko fly at home this season? That ball there fouled back into the netting there. Touch a little bit of pink mixed into his, a pinkish purple mixed into his batting equipment. Great against lefty pitchers. Max Fried, that ball down and inside. Ball 1. One and one. Fried winds and delivers. That ball outside again. 2-1 now. Let's see what Kutch can do. Got another elder statesman waiting in the on-deck circle in Tommy Pham. Could we also possibly be looking at this as the final opening day for Andrew McCutchen? And on what could be his final opening day, he lines that one into left field. Just like Joey Bart, back-to-back base hits, and the Bucks might have something brewing here. Tommy Pham now coming up. Come on. Please. For all that is holy, can we hit with runners in scoring position? That's all I'm asking. Just competent hitting. That's all I'm asking. Ball high to begin the at-bat for Pham. 79, well above the zone. Pham off to a dreaded start right now. You don't want to take too much into batting averages and OPSs this early into the season, but an 0.87 batting average for Pham. That one there, 94, middle, and Pham swung right through it for a strike. Fried getting away with one right there. The 1-1 here to Pham. And before the pitch, Fried takes a turn back towards Joey Bart. Bart now takes his lead again. Pitch to Pham. Pham fouls that one off himself. So now 1-2. In the on-deck circle, switch hitting Andy Rodriguez on his weaker side, in my opinion, from the right side of the plate. He'll be swinging against Fried. Pham trying to fight here. 1-2. Fouled that one off. It's back to the pitcher. They're not going to get two here. Throw on the first for the out. So Tommy Pham, a swinging bunt there. Back to Max Fried. That will move the runners up 90 feet apiece. Runners at second and third now with Andy Rodriguez coming to the plate. Had to go down and get that one. Similar pitch to the one he fouled off a pitch prior. Just slow enough to where McCutcheon, even at the spry age of 37, was able to get to second and not allow Fried to even think about throwing there. That ball in there for a strike call on Rodriguez. Rodriguez came up clutch last game with a knock for an RBI. Can he do that again here? Tie this ball game up. He finds the right amount of space in the outfield. 125 average to start the year, 488 OPS. 0-2 now. Rodriguez, ball high, 95. Not a competitive pitch there for Fried. Little bit of a timing issue on that throw. 1-2 now. Gotta come away with something here. Just get a fly ball to the outfield at least, Andy. That ball down and outside of the zone. Good block there by the catcher, Wells. Will keep Bart from even thinking about going home. Right off the shin pad there. Lucky that one didn't ricochet there. If you're Wells. I thought he blocked it with his chest initially. That went right off of his shin guard and straight back down. That ball could have ricocheted a couple other directions. Here's the pitch from Fried. This one's grounded to third. Coming in, charging Cabrera. Throw on to first. And out there is Rodriguez. Bart and McCutcheon stay put. So, Rodriguez not able to get a run home there. Cabrera, a strong charge and throw on the first gets Rodriguez by half a step. Ooh, excuse me there. Now it's Jared Triolo and his whopping 0.77 batting average to begin this season. This one hit in the air, but it is going to be a routine fly out here for Trent Grisham on the first pitch again, and the Bucks come away with nothing. Are you kidding me? Come on, Jared. Where's your torpedo bat that you said you were ordering the Pittsburgh? Real put a charge into that one. Ridiculous. Be back here in a moment. Top of the third coming up. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot I was muted. But Tommy Pham now out of the ball game. Alexander Canario is in left field right now. Pham was messing with his right eye. You wondered if it was a contact or something, but Pham has had eye issues in the past, and Paul Goldschmidt gets a handful of this one out to left field, testing the new left fielder Canario. He makes the catch just a couple inches shy of the warning track. So the new guy gets tested out immediately. Canario in the ball game here. Also, I do want to make light of a quote I just scrolled past on Twitter just over during the break. Austin Wells now up to bat. So Goldschmidt flies out. Wells now up to bat in a 1-0 count now. Keller needs to have a strong inning where he gets batters out on the first or second pitch on the, second or third pitch here. Try to bring down this pitch total a bit. That quote that I saw over the break is right here. So I assume this was during the on-field interview Bob Nutting did before the game here today, as that ball is on the ground to Jared Triolo on the first. 2 quick outs here for Mitch Keller. Nutting. Yes, I think that I've done everything that I can to provide the tools and resources to the team. There is a point where it becomes execution. That's why you play, and then the quote gets cut off. You freaking kidding me? I've done everything that I can to provide the resources. I guess you can't provide enough money for us to sign at least one multi-year contract. You're more worried about the freaking new food items, having chipped ham empanadas and fried torts, Polish cannonballs with whatever the hell left in it. You're more worried about that than you are the on-field product. That is a damnation of a quote from one of the worst owners, the worst owner I'm officially ready to say the worst owner before was the one of the Oakland A's, moving them out of Oakland, but at least he's spending money. You know, he put more money into the contract that the A's gave to Luis Severino than freaking the Bucks did in the entire offseason. Just an absolute joke of a quote there. This one hit to shortstop and it's booted by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Unbelievable. Things going from bad to worse here. Anthony Volpe got hit by a pitch. He was on first base. And now Trent Grisham grounded that one hard up the middle. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa couldn't stay with it. Knocked it down, but had no chance of regathering himself and getting that throw on to first. So now runners are on first and second here with 2 outs. Just absolutely terrible. Hey, nah, what? Guy's such a bum. Everything means put in the bare minimum. Yeah, everything is, we're losing. We lost $2.2 million last season, and we're in debt now. I'm taking out 3 loans. Yet you were stupid enough to let all the parking around PNC Park get bought up. Your revenue sucks. And to win, Bob, you need to spend some money. You want to get out of this hole. You want to make some more revenue and get fans in the seats. How about actually putting a competitive team on the field so that you're not relying on Paul Skeens pitching, 20 times a year at most at PNC Park? Broken bat here. Flare into left field. That's going to get down. And now Canario, he can't field it either. Oh, my goodness. New left fielder Alexander Canario, a broken bat flare in the left field. Canario charged it pretty straight on, but for some reason decided I'm going to try to scoop this on my backhand. And for like a full second, he thought he had it in his glove when it's gone. So now it is a 3-0 lead for the Yankees. Just things going absolutely hell on earth right now. It's now 3 errors? Not sure if they gave an error to IKF. 1 on Cruz. That's definitely 1 on Canario. And this goes back to what Derek Shelton said before the year. We got to do the little things right. They haven't done a single damn little thing right up to this point this year. Now Oswaldo Cabrera up to bat. I wasn't sure what... I'm not sure if I heard what I think I heard just a moment ago. I was talking over Canario's fumble. I heard a little chant that went, wonder if it was sell the team. Couldn't make out quite what it was. Keller now up to 71 pitches. Just freaking terrible. And in the comment, he has no excuse if they implement a salary cap. We are beyond effed. I mean, as much as I am an advocate for the salary cap, just so that we don't have every single meaningful free agent out there leaving, the little guys like the Pirates, having all these free agents worth of crap go to New York and LA like it's a given. Nothing's going to change until Nutting's out of there. Because when you bring in a salary cap ceiling, you're also bringing in a salary floor, and Nutting is that's what going to be $100 million. Congratulations, the Bucks are going to get $100 million, but guess what? It's going to be like $100 million and 1 cent. That's going to be their freaking salary cap number year in, year out. Oswaldo Cabrera hits this one into left field again. Canario running on, and that one is going to drop just on the foul side of the left field line. Canario getting a lot of work fresh into this ball game. Made 1 catch, booted another base hit. And that ball About a foot foul there. Canario had to run a long way. Keller going to throw his 74th pitch, and we're only in the third inning. My God, I'm going to go get some things done around the house. I'll be back shortly. Yeah, I hope to see you back here shortly, hey. This is ridiculous. Runners at the corners. Pitch from Keller. This one is going to get hit through the left side of the infield. And it's another run. It's 4-0. And the ass kicking begins. 4-0. New York, New York. They were shifting the lefty, well, the switch hitter, I should say Cabrera, to the right. And he knocked it right through where Kiner Falefa wasn't. If they straight up play that, the ball is right at IKF, and it's an easy toss to second, and we're out of this inning. Now, back to the top of the order again for Ben Rice. Runners still remain the same at the corners with 2 outs. Keller drops that one in there, 78 for a strike. And indeed, I'm seeing it on Twitter now after a couple of bad defensive plays. Sell the team chance did, in fact, break out at PNC Park, so my ears were right hearing that. For nothing, the Pirates, as much as they're getting beat by the Yankees, they're also beating themselves. Muffed play by O'Neal Cruz. Same thing for Alexander Canario. Isaiah Kiner Falefa couldn't handle a grounder up the middle. And Mitch Keller, be lucky to see him come out for the next inning. At this point, it's going to be his 80th pitch of the ball game. Here with a full count to Ben Rice, Aaron Judge waiting on deck. (3-2) to Rice. And on top of all the defensive miscues, you also had the Bucks get runners on base with nobody out last half inning. Rice grounds this one. Thankfully, Endy Rodriguez is able to stab it and step on first base. So the Yankees pick up 2 more. It's going to be a 9-1-2 batting order for the Bucks. Kiner Falefa kicks things off. Just an absolute freaking disaster. Speaking of disasters, let's switch things over to another Pittsburgh sports topic here for the time being. Used this graphic yesterday. Going to use it again right now because once again today, the Pittsburgh Steelers hosted 4 more draft prospects for pre-draft visits, just like Texas wide receiver Matthew Golden, Florida State corner Azariah Thomas, Iowa running back Caleb Johnson, and Pitt tight end Gavin Bartholomew. Yesterday, the Steelers hosted 4 more draft prospects at their Southside practice facility for top 30 visits today. Multiple reports confirmed these players to be Mississippi quarterback Jackson Dart, Iowa State wide receiver Jalen Knoll, Oregon defensive tackle Jamari Caldwell, and South Carolina safety Nick Emanwari. So, again, just like yesterday, 4 very intriguing names to me, all 4 of which maybe probably Emanwari the least likely for the Steelers to take in this year's draft, but some interesting names nonetheless. Probably one that perks the ears up of most Steelers fans there is Dart. You don't know what he is right now. Dart, I posted on his Instagram story today. Not sure if this was way early in this morning or late last night, him coming through the tunnel across the bridge, taking the view in of Pittsburgh. But you don't know if Dart's going to be a second-round guy, if he's going to be a first-round guy. But the Steelers still don't have any word on Aaron Rodgers. My thoughts is that he's going to make that announcement at the Pat McAfee show, live show at PPG Paints Arena on Wednesday night. I will be there to give you guys a first-person recollection of the event, see if Rodgers comes out and does his whole extravagant Aaron Rodgers type thing there. But yeah, Jackson Dart in Pittsburgh. You also had Jalen Noel, Steelers very interested in him. They met with him at the Combine. Noel kind of like a Roman Wilson type. He's going to be a better slot than Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson if they draft him. Jamari Caldwell, not really the tallest defensive tackle at 6'1", but still 340 pounds. Dude is a rock. You're not going to move him in the running game. And then safety Nick Emenwari. Steelers have two starting safeties right now in Deshaun Elliott and Minkah Fitzpatrick. I would love to have Emenwari, just don't think that the Steelers are going to be able to draft him in the first round. Dude is 6'3", well over 200 pounds, just an absolute physical specimen, almost like if DK Metcalf was a safety. So the Steelers met with those four prospects today. Another thing on Jackson Dart is that the Steelers must have at least a good bit of interest in him, because today was Colorado University's pro day in Boulder, Colorado. No Pittsburgh Steelers representation from what I know went there. Shadur Sanders, to see how he threw. A lot of people have Shadur falling down their draft boards right now, so Steelers decided to stay home and talk with Dart rather than go watch Sanders. And we actually had a bit of a source off as well, because you had Mark Caboli from the Pat McAfee show saying something along the lines of the Steelers may not actually be all that interested in Dart. It's probably them just talking to him again to get like second medicals. And Caboli even said something that Mike Tomlin was not in the Steelers facility today, or was not going to be in the Steelers facility today. And then Burt Lawton, the PR head of the Steelers, came in and said that what Caboli was saying was false. So we got a source off from the lead Steelers reporter for the Pat McAfee show and Steelers public relations head, Burt Lawton. I think that also brings the Steelers pre-draft visits up to 13 now, 16 if you count the 3 local visits. So Brian Hayes in a 3-0 count here watches that strike there at 91 miles an hour right down the middle. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa flew out to center fielder Trent Grisham. So IKF continues his struggles since coming over to Pittsburgh. Brian Hayes, another pitch, 93 on the inside half of the plate, gets fouled back into the netting. Probably going to be a 1-2-3 inning, because that's just how the Pirates respond to adversity, if I had to guess. 3-0 count now gets worked back to 3-2. Here's the pitch from Fried. And Brian Hayes gets this one into air to left field, but it is going to hang up long enough for Jason Dominguez to get under it. At least Brian Hayes looks like he has some sort of pop left in his bat. Drove Aaron Judge back to the Clemente wall with his first at bat and hit that one out a couple steps shy of the left field warning track notch. Now Brian Reynolds batting right again up to the plate. That ball misses high and outside. Showed Skeens there in the dugout. We could just clone Skeens. Cloning is what Bob Nutting should invest in. Just clone multiple Skeens so that you can at least have a chance in some of these games. Brian Reynolds gets a hold of this one, drives this one deep back to the wall, and it is gone! That one was up there for a while, but Brian Reynolds got under it just enough into the second row of the left field bleachers. And there is a little blip on the heart monitor for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brian Reynolds gets them off the board. No goose egg here tonight. And as much as I want to be excited about that, that's kind of expected because he is the only one on this team that wants to hit consistently. Brian Reynolds, from his more power side, his more contact side, if I had to guess. Batting lefty, I think that's more of his power side as a switch hitter. Batting righty, he's more contact guy there. That one actually went quite a bit back further than the second row of fans there. I was actually 3, 4, or 5 rows deep. So Reynolds gets the team on the board. Now it is O'Neal Cruz in a 1-1 count, swing and a miss, flailing at that breaking ball down and away. Cruz flew out in the first inning, a first pitch fly out. I believe that was to left field. Breaking ball again, same pitch for Fried. That one, though, was well down below the zone. Another pitch down and in. So Cruz working the count back full here. Can he draw a walk here, get on base for Joey Bart to possibly do some damage? Fried shaking off a couple of pitches. Now comes set, and he'll fire. And that one almost ran in on O'Neal Cruz. A breaking ball at 80 miles an hour. That one started in like it was going to hit Cruz, and Cruz turned out to not wear it. So he gets on first, and now Joey Barrels back up to the plate here. Great job by Cruz to get out of the way of that one. I mean, if this was any part of a count, just let that hit your elbow pad and take your base. But full count, no need to risk getting hit there. Now an infield meeting there for the Yankees. Trying to get their I's dotted and T's crossed. Joey Barrels. Cruz takes his lead at first. Could he swipe a bag again? Slow wind and a kick. O'Neal Cruz does go for second. He's in there easily, and Jazz Chisholm didn't even hang on to the ball. O'Neal Cruz, speed demon like always, maybe got a bit of dirt in his eye there. And did he break his helmet there? Great jump there. Fried held that ball extra long in his windup, and Cruz still went on it. That wasn't his greatest jump, but Cruz picks up his 7th stolen bag of the year. Bart now with a runner in scoring position. If he can get another base hit like he did his first at-bat, Bucks cut this lead in half. Bart, swing and a miss. He wants that one back. 96 middle. And he missed it. 0-2 now. Cruz takes his lead again. Bart. Ball high. 1-2. And this is the moments that last year Joey Bart thrived in. Coming up clutch when needed. Can he do it again here? And now a pickoff throw here for O'Neal Cruz. Cruz was leaning. Where was he there? Max Fried, a pickoff to second. O'Neal Cruz taking a normal lead there. Then a shuffle, and then a pickoff move there. Cruz was chatting with Jazz Chisholm a bit as well, but gets back in there safely. Bart fouls off 98 above the zone there, stays alive. Cruz again, seemingly playing mind games with Fried now out there at second. Fried steps off again. Chisholm creeping in from behind. Cruz maybe looking to steal third. Bart fouls that one away. O'Neal Cruz, I think that counts as a second step off disengagement there for Fried. The 1-2 to Bart again. Joey fouls it off. Foul tip into the glove, though. And another runner left in scoring position. So the Bucks manage one on a solo shot from Brian Reynolds. And I'm being honest, that might be the only one that they get today. I'll be back in a minute. Top of the fourth coming up. Welcome back to Hell on Earth, otherwise known as Pittsburgh Pirates baseball. Don't know why and I'm sure those of you who are watching this right now, subject to this torture 162 times a year, but here we are. Bucks down 4-1. Mitch Keller has had a really rough go of it, struggling to hit the strike zone. Bucks were able to just barely get another one run back that last half inning. Brian Reynolds with a solo home run to left field. First Bucko blast at home for the year. Joey Bart messing with, not sure if it was his pitch calm or his glove, something like that. Anyways, Keller back out there. His 81st pitch of the ball game starts off the top of the fourth with a swinging strike to Aaron Judge. Judge 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout on his ledger thus far. Gets a piece of that one, so Keller up 0-2 now. Fouled that one off and out of play. 6 of you in here right now. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very, very much. It helps me get through watching this peak performance Pirates baseball. Turn on notifications, like and share the stream, and feel free to comment in the live comment section. I enjoy interacting with you guys. 92 and Mitch Keller, Joey Bart must be doing something right back there, framing these pitches. Another strike call at the bottom of the zone, just a tad bit outside. Joey Bart has stolen at least 3 strike calls here today. And now Jazz Chisholm back up, rolls this one over to second baseman Jared Triolo. Steady Eddie there on the first. 2 quick outs here for Mitch Keller. Let's go back to see what Twitter's got going, see if there's as many people as I expect to be wallowing in pain like I am. And there is a flub number base hit for Paul Goldschmidt in the left field. O'Neal Cruz now 7 for 7 on the year in stolen base attempts. Again, lots of people reacting to Bob Nutting and his absolute joke of a comment saying that he and the Pirates are laser focused on winning and that he has done everything in his power to provide the resources to the team. Yeah, what are those resources, Bob? Oh, I know what those resources are. Those resources are you would rather pay 100 freaking analyst guru stat heads than you would give more than $10 million to a free agent. That's what doing everything is in your power is. It's called doing everything, putting your money into all of the little insignificant things and not player acquisition and talent acquisition. Looks like Austin Wells up to the plate. He got hit with the pitch, and this is going to be a strikeout. Oh, that's close. So the Pirates are challenging Austin Wells. The pitch, and that from there, that looks like it hit his hand. From that angle, it looked like it hit his hand. So Wells gave sort of like a half-check swing. The ball hit off the bottom of the bat near his hands. They called it a hit by pitch on the field. The Pirates then said, hey, put on the headset. We think it hit the knob of the bat. And then it went into Joey. And it wasn't hit by a pitch, and the Pirates are going to lose their challenge, which really doesn't really matter because in baseball, you know, going back to one of the games in the Marlins series, if you just ask the umpire very, very nicely to do a crew tree review, it's kind of like getting a second and third challenge. So call on the field stands. It is a hit by pitch for Austin Wells. It was not a foul tip off the knob of the bat and into Bart's glove for a strikeout. So now that puts runners at first and second here, and Anthony Volpe, the shortstop for the Yankees, back up to the plate. Another stolen strike there by Joey Bart. Great framing of that fastball outside the zone by a bit, and he brought it back in. This will be the 89th pitch of this outing for Mitch Keller. Probably be his last inning of work, maybe even his last batter of the ball game if he loses Volpe here. 0-1. Volpe gets a piece of 83, breaking from the right side of the plate to the left. Fouls that back and out of play. 200 batting average, 966 OPS for Volpe. And indeed, it does look like this will probably be Mitch Keller's last batter of the afternoon. Joey Wentz, who's pretty much the long reliever in this Pirates bullpen right now with Carmen Mlodzinski in the rotation. He's up and throwing in the Bucs bullpen. Had a strong outing, I believe, in one of the Marlins games in which Wentz kept the game tied through 3 innings of extra play. And that one is hit up the middle off of Mitch Keller's foot, and the Yankees pick up another run. A seeing eye single for Anthony Volpe. I believe it skimmed off of Mitch Keller's foot, went right in between the shortstop and second baseman, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Jared Triolo. Yeah, that one definitely kicked off of Keller's foot and changed direction a little bit. And yeah, just pretty much sums up what's going on with the Bucs. 5-1 now. Just pain all around. Now it's 5-1. Trent Grisham up 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single. Each time he's been on base, he's come around to score. This is brutal. Keller here. Pitch down in the dirt. Good block by Bart. 2-0 count here. Now I am pretty confident that this is going to be Keller's last batter of the day. You got 2 switch hitters in Cabrera and Dominguez, who is on deck. Maybe want to switch those guys around here. Keller, strong pitch there outside half of the zone. Got the swing and miss. Got a family there with a little kid. Of course, they are going to be positive for the camera, even though everything sucks. 2-1. Keller here steps off. Or it was a time called by Trent Grisham. So things are just not good at all right now. Not good at all. Honestly shocked that more people didn't heckle Bob Nutting when he was walking the rotunda pregame. Because this is what you get for spending Nutting. Now you're winning Nutting. 2-2 now to Grisham. Seven of you in here right now. I appreciate you joining me as I lose my mind. Pitch there, and oh my goodness, now we don't get a call. Pitch might have nicked the inside bottom corner of the strike zone, and pretty much in the same spot that Joey Bart got 2 called strikes on earlier. Doesn't get that one. 3-2 now. And Keller has walked, the bases loaded. Fantastic. Go get him, Shelton. Yep, that's going to be it. So A very unhappy birthday for Mitch Keller today. Only goes 3 2/3 innings pitched, 97 pitches thrown. Just in the first inning, got behind batters, and then in other times when he got ahead of batters, he couldn't put them away, and he let them run the count back to 2-2, 3-2. So Joey Wentz is going to come on in relief here. Going to take a short break here during this pitching change, get a drink. Be back in a minute. Welcome back to Pain and Anguish, otherwise known as Pittsburgh Pirates baseball. Joey Wentz now in the ball game in relief of Mitch Keller. Keller only going 3 2/3 innings, 97 pitches thrown by the Bucks' number 2 pitcher in the rotation currently. Wentz, the lefty on, pitching to the number 8 hole hitter, Jason Dominguez, left fielder, switch hitter, now batting from the right side of the plate, fouled back and out of play, so it's now a 1-1 count. Just about the perfect Pittsburgh Pirates style of opening day. Bucks come back after a brutal Florida road trip to begin the year, 2-5. Come back home, and now Joey Wentz has plunked a batter, hit him in the shoulder, elbow area, and that will score a run. So the Yankees now go up 6-1. Fantastic. As I was saying, you got the team getting off to an absolutely fantastic 2-5 start to the 2 Florida teams, the Florida Marlins and the Miami Marlins and Tampa Bay Rays. Come home, you got a group of Bob Nutting ownership protesters flying a banner that says "Sell the Team Bob" over PNC Park before game time. Bucks come out to some fanfare. Derek Shelton gets booed. Colin Holderman gets booed. A couple other players got some mixed reactions. Bob Nutting was nowhere to be found other than a pregame interview with nobody in the ballpark, to where he said he thinks he's done everything in his power to give the team the resources to win. Decides to walk the left field rotunda up to his suite with fans there. Got heckled, yelling to sell the team. Indeed, sell the team, Bob. And what do we get for Bob Nutting putting everything he has into the team? Get the New York Yankees demolishing the Pirates 6-1, and we're not even halfway through. Ball there from Joey Wentz is outside. The count is now 3-1 to Oswaldo Cabrera. Number 9 hole hitter, Ben Rice, the lefty, waits on deck. So you got Volpe on second, Volpe on third, Grisham on second, and Dominguez on first, and a very generous call again from the umpire. Even with the game 6-1, the Bucks have had the umpire on their side for the majority of this ball game. They've gotten a ton of strike calls that aren't strikes, and now Wentz does in fact walk him after all. So you get help from the umpire and you end up walking the guy anyways. Some boos from the crowd. There was already a brief sell the team chant. I believe that was separate from the fans yelling sell the team at Nutting walking up the rotunda. Might be getting more of those here. And now we do have another sell the team chant starting up. And again, it quiets down. So come on, fans. We need more energy here. We need more buy-in from you guys here. We got some sell the team chants starting up, but they're not taking over the rest of the ballpark. Then again, I will give some leeway because, granted, probably over half of them are Yankees fans because even though it's the home opener, what Pirate fan in their right mind would want to go spend money to watch this ass-kicking? This one ripped into right field. McCutchen makes the catch. Welcome back to the outfield, Andrew McCutchen. Full speed, extends out and makes the grab. McCutchen does get there. And mercifully, the half inning comes to the end. Pain, man. Just pain. That's all it is. Just pain. Typical Pirate baseball. And nothing will ever change because as much as we want to try to chant Bob Nutting to sell the team, it's going to take a lot more than that for him to sell the team. Things just going from bad to worse. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, today, like Rich Walsh from KDK just posted, this is $982 million of payroll going against $88 million of payroll. $289 million versus $88 million. An absolute freaking joke. So the team chants are starting up throughout the upper deck. Just scrolling through all the misery. Anthony Murphy adding a little bit of fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, out for the Athletics, Oswaldo Beto. What a Pirate legendary name that is. 5 innings, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts for him. Absolutely fantastic. Did I just hear Greg Brown say that? I'm 99% sure. I just heard Greg Brown. They showed the highlight of Andrew McCutchen, who's up to bat here to start the bottom of the inning. I'm pretty sure I just heard Greg Brown say that if Andrew McCutchen doesn't make that catch, down 7-1 that the game is over. The game's already over. I'm just here to wallow in the freaking, pain and suffering here. This game's already over. There's no chance that the Bucks come back from this. McCutchen there with a base hit, just barely drops in front of the left fielder. Yeah, keep that optimism up, Brownie. Oh, this game, it'd be over if Andrew McCutchen didn't make that catch. This game was probably over once the Yankees took a 2-0 lead. Let me update the score bug here at the bottom of my screen. You got a team with $200 million more than you in payroll. Oh, man. No need to clown Kutch. It's not him clowning Kutch. It's him keeping up some sort of freaking, blind homer optimism that the Bucks are going to climb out of this. Here's interesting enough. Here's another reason. Alexander Canario gets his first at-bat here as a Pittsburgh Pirate, already in an 0-2 count, and he swings and misses. Down 1-2-3. Goodbye, Alexander Canario. Nice knowing you. 1 out now with Kutch on first base. Real great first impression from Canario here to the home crowd. I'm going to give him some benefit of the doubt. I mean, you just got traded and pretty much haven't played any baseball yet this year, so give him some benefit. Andy Rodriguez now up, looking to improve his all-star worthy 118 batting average to begin this year. Sorry, Andy, I don't mean that. I'm just frustrated and venting now. You're a nice guy. Probably going to end up being one of our better hitters before the season ends. I don't mean to do that to you, bud. Swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Or excuse me, now it's 1-1. 93. Why'd that look like 99 there for a second? Really hard to tell who all, if there are any even there, who all's using torpedo bats for the Bucks. Rodriguez looks at that ball well outside there, 86 miles an hour, 2-2 now. Pickoff move over towards first from the lefty Fried. McCutchen slides back in safely. That's another thing shameful. Not meant to be a shot at McCutchen here. It's completely and totally directed towards Bob Nutting, but Andrew McCutchen should not be your second best hitter. Andy Rodriguez goes down on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Max Fried. Jared Triolo now will be back up here. I believe he was a one-pitch fly out to center field. Looks like Triolo does have a torpedo bat. Looks at that one there, a big looping breaking ball. Gets the call on the outside, does Fried. 0-1 now. 0.71 batting average for Triolo. Triolo had to go down and get that one, fouled it off down the left field line, picked up there by one of the ball boys. And what? The ball boy has like an old-timey small baseball glove. That thing is not MLB regulation. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Fried now 1-2 on Jared Triolo. Paul Goldschmidt and Andrew McCutchen catching up at first base there, probably reminiscing on old times. That ball there just barely inside. Catcher Austin Wells thought he had the call there, started as if he was going to walk towards the Yankees dugout. But instead, the count's 2-2. Not for long, because on cue, Jared Triolo fouls it off. I thought he was going to strike out there, honestly. That'd be very Jared Triolo thing to do. Freed the 2-2 again to Triolo. Triolo grounds this one. Routine to third base as Waldo Cabrera crossed the diamond for the final out of the fourth inning. Going to the top of the fifth now. This game moving as slow as can be. Be back in a minute. Let's keep going. Top of the fifth now. Bucks playing a game just for pride at this point. Down 7-1 to a team that has more than $200 million more dollars in payroll in the Yankees. There's a ground out from Aaron Judge there to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Sorry, I'm posting up a tweet right now. 1-0 from Joey Wentz. Jazz Chisholm knocks this one to center field. It's going to die just before the warning track. O'Neal Cruz makes the catch. Can we have a 1-2-3 inning? Can we at least have that little bit of pride and joy here today? Please? Maybe? Being at least modestly impressive if you do it against Judge Chisholm and Goldschmidt. So Goldschmidt 1 for 3 on the day. Joey Wentz, the pitch, and that one is on the outside. Black called for a strike. I at least do want to give some credit and shout out. PNC Park, it does look beautiful, so kudos to the grounds crew, and there will not be a 1-2-3 inning. Paul Goldschmidt serves one into center field again. Base hit. Hey, in the comment, this game is cheeks, and I sent some guy baseball cards. He was asking for some help putting together a B-Day gift for his son. Turns out I got scammed. RIP, I was hoping the game would be a positive thing today. Yep, nothing positive when you're a Pirates fan. Nothing. The only thing positive is Paul Skeens, and then even when you think about that positive, it comes with the negative that the inevitability of the Pirates not paying him and sending him off to one of these overlord teams like the Dodgers or the Yankees. Jonathan Harvey, welcome back, Jonathan. Pirates are not worth live streaming. It's live streaming a graveyard. The graveyard would be more entertaining to live stream right now. Joey Wentz swinging a miss on a breaking ball. At least then I could, maybe feel something by seeing like a haunted ghost or something. That would make me feel something, anything other than just freaking depression watching this team. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on the number 5 hitter, Austin Wells, 0 for 2 today. It's a 7-1 lead for the Yankees. Wells fouls that one off. If this game reaches a 10-run deficit for the Bucks, do I end the stream? That is the question. Breaking ball down and away, and is it a full count? Nope, 2-2. 2-2 count. Probably going to run it full here. Bucks pitchers have been in a bunch of 3-2 counts here today. Joey Wentz, the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. Wells held up. That one looked very, very close. There have been a lot of close check swing calls today. And for a majority of them, the umpire has been saying that they've held off. 3-2 now. Ground ball, foul. Looking at the Yankees' notable injuries there, they are really doing this to the Bucks. 7-1 win without former Pirates JT Brubaker and Garrett Cole. Their Rookie of the Year candidate last year, Luis Gil, and a handful of other pitchers and players as well, including Giancarlo Stanton, DJ LeMahieu. I believe the last name that I saw there was Devin Williams, the former Brewers closer who got traded to New York this offseason. 3-2 count on Wells, the catcher. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, awaits on deck. The pitch from Wentz is in there at the top of the strike zone. It was there. By far the least egregious strike 3 call on the Yankees today. And the Bucks somehow put up a scoreless frame. Be back here in a moment with more suffering. Welcome back, bottom of the 5th. Officially on the back half of this game, mercifully. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the 9-hole hitting shortstop, begins the inning. Pirates officially posted an update on Tommy Pham. Left today's game, and I believe the 4th inning with an illness, says DePucks, currently being evaluated and treated by club's medical officials. His status is day-to-day, so Tommy Pham out for the rest of today's ball game. Probably going to get an off day tomorrow, knowing Derek Shelton. But really the least of the Bucks' worries, because Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is going to get an infield base hit here. Hit that ball in the right place to where Max Fried couldn't get to it and Jazz Chisholm couldn't barehand it. So Bucks have a base runner here. Again, the Tommy Pham injury. Hope Pham is okay, but really the least of the Pirates' worries. Getting absolutely demolished during the home opener. Sell the team chance breaking out here and then. And all of this 6 years into the regime of Bob Nutting, Ben Cherington, and Derek Shelton. Back to the top of the order, Ke'Bryan Hayes, a line out and fly out in today's game. Both well struck, but both caught by the Yankees corner outfielders. At least it's a positive sign for him as to his health, barreling up those 2 balls in this game. That pitch down and in on Hayes, and no indication Ke'Bryan Hayes thinks that it hit him. He's on his way to first base. That pitch hit him. And yeah, it did get Hayes. So hit by pitch on the top of Hayes' back right foot. And it still went into the glove of Austin Wells. So Bucks are going to have runners at First and second now. Hang on. They bring in Hayes back. The ball hit Hayes. They did not call it a hit by pitch, and Hayes is back at the plate. And the Bucks have no challenge to use. Go out and ask him. He can have a crew chief review. That worked twice for the Miami Marlins. In baseball, you have more challenges than you realize. You can spend one and have it be a loss. You can still go out there. Just ask him. Instead, Hayes is back out up there. Who cares about a base runner? Hayes hits this one into center field, and Grisham's going to settle under and make the catch. So instead of runners on first and second, we are back to just a runner on first and one out. Woo! Pirates baseball. Feel the magic. Now Brian Reynolds back up to the plate. They're showing a highlight montage of Reynolds torturing Yankees pitching, including the home run he had in his most recent plate appearance. Gonna need him to do like 5 more of that for the Bucks to have a chance today. Here's the pitch, fouled off by Reynolds. So 0-1 now. This is unbelievable. And now Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is getting picked off. He's in a rundown. And he's all... Oh my God, this team is hilariously bad. This team is hilariously bad. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa got picked off. He wasn't even looking at the picture. What are you doing? Now still the team chance of picking up again. So Fried, at certain points in this ball game, when he brings his leg up to deliver the pitch, he's been holding it there for a brief second, and he caught Isaiah Kiner-Falefa napping, already looking at home plate, and he got caught dead in his tracks. Just absolutely brutal. We're past the point of, rage and swearing. We're just at the point of laugh at how freaking pathetic this is. Holy hell. Let's go to the Cambridge Dictionary here. Better yet, let's use this one here. Definition of pathetic: arousing pity, especially through vulnerability or sadness. Yep, that is definitely how I'm describing this ball game. This team. Be back here in a minute, heading to the 6th inning. Game slowly ticking by. Anthony Volpe at the plate for the Yankees in an 0-1 count here. Joey Wentz still out there for his third inning of work now out of the pen. Ball hits the plate and bounces short for a ball. Off to an absolutely dreadful start at home this year for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Things do not change. Keep putting more and more of everything you can into the team, Bob. This is where it gets us. Getting blown out in our home opener by a team who is tripling us in payroll. Ball high there from Wentz. It's now 3-1. Wentz comes set and delivers his 3-1, fouled back and out of play by Volpe. Volpe hits that one. It's a base hit. No surprise. I'm convinced if the Yankees hit the 10 mark, I'm shutting it down. Runner on first, nobody out. 1-2 count on Trent Grisham. And this is without Cody Bellinger in the lineup for the Yankees too, by the way. I see him there chopping it up with Jazz Chisholm and Aaron Judge. Wentz delivers the pitch, golfed down the right field line and out of play. Left field line and out of play, I should say. Just what a truly remarkable performance here by the Bucks today. Now we got a out here pickoff by Joey Wentz. Caught the runner Grisham trying to steal second. Great move there by Wentz. Grisham dead to rights at second base. So the Bucks stealing out right there. Foul ball there caught Joey Bart in the mask. Seems to be all right. 2-2 now. Two and two. Joey went swing and a miss. No doubt in that check swing. So that now makes it 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Now it is Jason Dominguez back up 2 for 2 in the ball game here today. Yankees getting production from, I think he's still a rookie, right? Dominguez? I'm thinking he's still a rookie. Let's go to the comments here. Hey, welcome back. I don't blame you, man. Thanks for streaming today. Regardless, appreciate it. Hey, appreciate you coming in and commenting and whatnot. Yep, just absolute joke of a ball game. Nutting getting heckled brings a little bit of good feeling to all of this. Joey Bart again looks like he took a foul ball there. Seems like kind of sums up how we're all feeling. Joey Bart getting foul balls off of him left and right now. Kind of feels like we're taking those to the face without any mask. Hey, at least Neil Walker and Greg Brown are smiling and chopping it up. All great there, guys. Strike there on the check swing. That'll end the inning. So Joey Wentz, again, no complaints here. Wentz has been strong out of the bullpen again. Bucks, can they do anything? Can they have the production of a little league team? Do something. We'll be back. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. Let me update my score banner here. Just came back from commercial break. Showed a member of the PNC Park grounds crew out there with a tablet conversing with 2 of the umpires. Some rain possibly about to hit Pittsburgh here in the next little bit. So we do go into a rain delay eventually here. I'm going to call the stream here and thank all of you for joining me because, you know, even if the Bucks do come back out of the, you know, delay and they're still down 7-1 in the 8th inning or whatever, it's still not going to matter. Let me go pull up the radar here to see what is going on. Let's go to Pittsburgh, PA. Do got some light rain, steady rain about to hit here within the next half hour there. It's going to carry all the way through past 9 o'clock is what the hourly showing here. So looks like the Bucks are about to get a little bit of rain. At that point, just going to call the game. O'Neal Cruz led off the inning. He struck out swinging to Max Fried, who's still out there, just threw his 90th pitch of the game to Joey Bart, who's in a 1-1 count now. The pitch from Fried, backdoor breaking ball, does not go. Appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Hey, appreciate you for joining in and commenting in the chat. Appreciate you. You have a great weekend as well. Bart fouls that one off. 2-2. Fried goes through his process, delivers. Backdoor breaking ball in there. Strike 3 call. Bart goes down looking. Now McCutchen back up. Kutch back up to bat, 2 for 2 today. 0-1 strike call there. That pitch 79 outside for a ball. And Andrew McCutchen with an infield hit there. So Andrew McCutchen 3-3, and he is knocking Max Fried out of the ball game. There we go. The Bucks using their great baseball prowess and game plan of always running up a pitcher's count. Get him out finally in the 6th inning. Fried out of the ball game, a reliever about to come on. Holy hell, somebody. Big Cat from Barstool. How do we end the Braves slump? They should off blooper. Dang, that's one way. Oh wow, the paper bags are out. We got fans with paper bags on their head. Wow, one of them's the sheets bag too. They just went to sheets and got some bags and put them over their heads. That's great. Few fans booed Shelton. That was heard. Sell the team chance, bags on heads. And also someone has a Yankees Paul Skeens jersey on in the crowd. Saw that guy earlier outside of the ball game. What a perfect opening day for the Pirates. Alexander Canario back up to bat here with McCutchen on first. It's his second at bat of the ball game after coming in relief of the injured left fielder Tommy Pham. Canario, former Cubs prospect, was acquired from the Yankees for some cash considerations. Wouldn't be shocked over the years if Nutting put more money into cash considerations and trades than he did for signing players. Excuse me. 2-2 now on Canario. Swing and a miss, 79 miles an hour. Sit down again. The ride doesn't stop. Be back in a minute. Welcome back. An ageless wonder, and Tim Meza is now on the pitch for the Pirates. The Pirates, they love their retreads. Meza last year believe was DFA'd by the Yankees. Or no, he was picked up by the Yankees, actually. He was DFA'd by the Toronto Blue Jays. But hey, the Bucks, they love their hand-me-downs from the bigger brothers in the league. It's amazing on the pitch. Joey Bart just took another foul ball. That one square on the chin. Appears to be all right, but he is just taking and beating right now, adding salt to the wound of this 7-1 game right now. As Waldo Cabrera is going to serve that one into right center field for a base hit. Going to stop after rounding first. Andrew McCutchen gets that ball in. So Cabrera and Dominguez, really, the bottom two of this Yankees lineup, have done the most damage to the Bucks, in my opinion. Ben Rice now, the designated hitter and the leadoff hitter, is back up at the plate. Rice takes a look at strike one at the bottom of the zone. 1 for 3. Has a walk and a single in this ball game. Has a .368 batting average now. Mesa swing and miss, an ugly cut there from Rice. Ball ran in on him a bit, and that was a great pitch there. Looks like some two-seam action running back in on the batter's hands. Mesa. Pitch is grounded foul to Andy Rodriguez. So count remains 0-2. $11 hits today for the Yankees. That one spiked in the dirt by Mesa. Count now goes to 1-2. This one grounded. Third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Oh my goodness. Throw to first. Not in time. What are we doing? The Pirates had to shift on. Ke'Bryan Hayes ran to his left, picked up the ball, and the third baseman stepped on second base for the out. Throw to first wasn't in time. I think that might be the first time ever where I've seen a third baseman step on second base for an out. Has that ever happened before? Runner was safe at first. Key couldn't finish the end of the double play. And Aaron Judge just absolutely demolished one. It's close enough to 10. That's it. Judge over the right center field fence. A no doubter, and that is an exit sender for the Bucks. Couple sell the team chants starting to begin here again. Here's your new score. Swing and a miss there from Jazz Chisholm. I'll at least finish out the half inning here. See how much of the damage has been done. Noah Hiles, Pittsburgh Pirate beat reporter at the game. Indeed, a lot of Pirates fans are heading to the exits. Oh, some other football news. Julio Jones retired. former Falcons wide receiver. A lot of people loved debating who was the better wide receiver of their era, Jones or AB. Easy answer, Antonio Brown. Pirate Parrot getting a picture with some kids. At least they get to leave the ballpark happy today. Pitch here from Mesa to Chisholm, strikes him out looking. Now makes it 2 outs in the inning. This one going to be tapped back to Tim Mesa on to first, throw it. Normal routine chopper back to Mesa. He decided to double pump it, almost had it beat out. So the Yankees, 9 runs on 12 hits, and they've left a bunch more on base as well. So the Pirates are pathetic. Close enough to a 10 spot. I'm calling it. A lot of people heading for the exits. I'm going to do the same here. Thank you for all of you who joined me here today. I appreciate it very, very much. The Bucs suck. They got an owner who doesn't care, even though he gaslights you and says that he does care about winning and is doing everything he can to make this team well. Fans letting him hear it, but things will never, ever change. Same owner, same GM, same coach, same Buccos. It's going to be more of this for the rest of the year. The Bucs getting blown out by teams with 2 to 3 times more money invested into their payrolls. So with that, let me clear this off real quick. Get a good shot. That. Sell the team, Bob, please, for the love of God, so that I could one day in my lifetime see the Pirates win a World Series. Because we sure as hell ain't doing it with you in charge. Thank you all very much. Like, comment, and share this stream. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. And I will see you guys either back here if there's any massive breaking news over the weekend, or back on Monday for a normal nightly stream somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock like normal. So all of you have a good weekend. Thank you. And I will see you guys next time.